What's good with it, people? Happy Monday. Smoke talk football. Let's get it, right? Let's get into it. Pittsburgh coach started off. I thought the coach was actually going to win, right? I thought the coach was going to win. Pittsburgh game. And they defense showed up. They defense actually showed up. Pittsburgh defense showed up. It go like this. I think the coach, very good team, right? The question surrounding the Colts is going to be more so, can Daniel Jones keep it going, or is he going to make a slide back? The Colts got everything. Nice defensive line, linebackers, and secondary as far as defense. Good wide receivers, nice tight end. Of course, you got the running back, right? It's the quarterback position. So we got to see, Daniel Jones kind of, he turned the ball over yesterday. And that is Pittsburgh's defense. Which I was, last couple of weeks, I've been like, what's going on with? That's my sleeper team. I can't lie to you. Steelers my sleeper team. I fuck with Aaron Rodgers. One of my favorite quarterbacks. And I'm happy to see him with Mike Tomlin. And especially the fact that he looks 10 times better than he did last year with the Jets. Okay? They put pieces around him, even though the Jets did put pieces around him. Something about that culture over there in New York, as far as in the Jets, and even if you want to bring up the Giants, the culture's not there, right? But Aaron Rodgers had a nice game, right? Pittsburgh running back had 2 touchdowns. Shout out, he did help me out in fantasy, even though I lost. But I'm not, even though the Colts is in an easy division, right? They're going to win their division, right? They're going to win their division. I just want to see how they're going to finish the season out, right? I want to see how they're going to finish the season out. Denver and Texas. Ain't it funny how a week make things? Texans looked great against the 49ers last week. And they didn't look so great against the Denver. They did, but Denver was just too much. Bo Nixon, dope. Okay, Denver was just too much. Which we're going to talk about the AFC West, because I think the AFC West is, I'm not going to say the best division in football, but it's a very interesting division with the fact you got Kansas City, Raiders. Hey, the Raiders coming up. Okay, the Raiders coming up. I like a couple of players on the Raiders. They're coming up and they're moving in the right direction. Okay, the Raiders is moving in the right direction. It took a minute, but they're moving in the right direction. That game between the Texans and the Broncos was a defensive game. And then mistakes started to happen, right? Denver looks like they're also going to be the team to beat as well, okay? When you have a nice defense, right? And if I'm mistaken, good week. Their starting quarterback didn't even start. Okay, he didn't even play. Denver's linebacking, once again, they remind me kind of the Colts. Good defensive line. Okay, good linebacker play. And their secondary is great as well. When you're able to do that, right, in defense, when you can get pressure from your defensive line, you can get pressure from your linebackers, and even have them sit up here and play in coverage, and then your coverage is nice. You know what I'm saying? Your corners can actually cover the wide receivers without using zone. So you can just man them up. Denver, to me, is another one of those teams where it's just like, look, it's open in the AFC. Okay? I'm going to say that again. It's open in the AFC. I don't think there's one favorite like in the NFC. If you want to be all honest with you, just with the moves that the Eagles have made, I don't see anybody sitting up here knocking the Eagles off. Okay? The Eagles just they got two cornerbacks, a shutdown cornerback as far as Alexander goes. You get the edge rusher from Miami. So they're kind of picking up where they left off in the Super Bowl. Okay? They just got to get them players implemented. Especially in the next 8 weeks of the 8 weeks. Yeah. Eagles, to me, I don't see anybody outside of maybe the Rams that can knock them off, because I'm not sold on Detroit. Okay, Detroit fumbled against Minnesota. Okay, McCarthy came out looking like a vet. Okay, hey, I like Minnesota. At first, if you remember, right, if y'all remember, in the beginning of the season, I said I had Detroit and the Ravens in the Super Bowl. That was just me starting off. Remember, I said it could change, right? Yeah, it had changed, right? AFC is going to be the hardest division. Not taken away from the Bucks, because the Bucks is dope as well, as far as the NFC goes. The AFC is so clustered. You just seen the Chiefs lose. It's clustered. Detroit played the Vikings. The Vikings defense was on top of it. Okay? The Vikings defense was on top of it. Gibbs could not get off. Amon-Ra couldn't get off. The tight end couldn't get off. Like, that game, right, was really impressive by the Minnesota Vikings. Shout out to the Minnesota Vikings. Justin Jefferson is one of my favorite. He's my favorite wide receiver. JJ dope. To me, JJ the best wide receiver in the game. That's just me. He the best wide. He better than Ja'Marr Chase. That's just me. Why do I say that? Look at how many quarterbacks he done had. If he had just one, and I know people gonna say, well, look at how many Jamar done had as far as it go like this. Jamar went to the Super Bowl. Right? Jamar went to the Super Bowl. If you put Joe Burrow on Minnesota, they do the same thing. Minnesota just ain't got no quarterback. They got one now in McCarthy. McCarthy is their quarterback. McCarthy is their quarterback. Point blank, period. They running back got hurt. Jones got hurt. Mason came in. Look. Like I said, shout out to Minnesota. Okay, shout out to Minnesota. Minnesota did they fucking thing. I actually picked Detroit to win. I'm mad that I picked Detroit to win. It's a division game. I should have known. Shout out to Minnesota. Give them their props. What else did I have? Let's get to the Chiefs and the Bills. Check this out. Let's light it. Check this out. Chief fans. I fuck with the Chiefs. I think this is their year where they don't go to the Super Bowl. I think they can make the playoffs. Okay, they're going to make the playoffs. The Chiefs will make the playoffs, even if they're a wild card. But 5-4 already. The Chiefs is 5-4 already. They already lost to the Bills. Lost to them yesterday. For all my TikTok people that be on TikTok and shit, I want you to, there's a play going around from yesterday's game with Joey Bosa. It's a 4th down play where all Joey Bosa had to do is run up, right? The shit would have been over. I don't know what the fuck Joey Bosa was doing. Right? It's actually on X. My partner sent it to me. Right? But it go like this. Let me tell you something. And this is for my Chiefs fans. Chiefs. I don't think the Chiefs, especially how they pulled out last year. They only lost, 1 or 2 games last year. And they won them games, block kick, them getting a last second field goal. That momentum is not going to carry over this year, and it showed. If they lose 2 more games, okay, and they actually play the Colts, which is going to be a very interesting game, because to me that game when they play the Colts, and I think if I'm not mistaken, they play this Sunday. I could be wrong, right? But whenever they play, check this out. That game is going to be Daniel Jones and Jonathan Taylor. Okay? If Jonathan Taylor can run wild on the Chiefs, if they lose against the Colts, okay? If the Chiefs lose against the Colts, because then that means that they're losing, right? They're losing to teams that are already better than them, meaning that they're going to have to go on the road in the playoffs and see that team. Now, here's the only thing about yesterday's game, right? Bills fan, it wasn't in the playoffs. The game, the game counts, wins, losses. But in retrospect, this game didn't really fucking matter. It mattered. It will matter at the end of the season because we will see if the Chiefs will make it to the playoffs or if they don't. I'm not saying they're not. But the AFC is a little bit harder now. It's not the Chiefs just a clear-cut favorite. They're going to have to get into the playoffs. Okay? And as the playoffs started today, which they don't, I don't know if they're in it. So, they can't keep up the trend. They already lost. Like I said, they lose 2-3 more games, which is viable that could happen. Then we're sitting here in the next month going into December, and then the question is the Chiefs going to make the playoffs? Buffalo did look strong. Look, when you have Josh Allen as the quarterback, right? They wide receivers. If Josh Allen had all-star wide receiver, young Josh Allen had Diggs. The difference between Buffalo and Kansas City knows each other. They're familiar with each other. Okay? It's almost like everybody is in sync, especially in the playoffs. So see, this is why, me personally, when we look at Josh Allen versus Pat Mahomes, in the regular season, Josh got it. But like I said, in the playoffs, it's a whole other different story. So, let's see. The theme is, let's see if Kansas City can beat the Colts. Okay? To me, it's not an upset if Kansas City beat the Colts because this is what Kansas City do. We're looking for Kansas City to go on a run. Is this the month that they're going to go on a run? Okay? So shout out to the Bills to beating the Chiefs. Now let's get to it. 49er fans, if you have not already heard, which I'm pretty sure right now is 8 o'clock, that you've heard the news, right? You heard the news. And I'm not talking about any good news. The theme of the 49ers is injury. And what's so fucking ironic, right, is that the 49ers will lose our rookie defensive end, the same place that Nick Bosa tore his ACL in the same stadium. In the same stadium. Shout out to my nigga Nav, North Carolina. This for you. You know what I'm saying? We was texting yesterday during the game. So I'm shouting you out right now, man. Look, I don't know really what to say because it go like this. Right now, the theme of the 49ers, and has been for a minute, is injuries. Injuries. For some reason, in the summertime, I had this fantasy that the 49ers was actually going to play in the Super Bowl, my birthday month, out here. And that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. What did I take from yesterday's game? If you want me to be honest with you, I didn't take anything from it. I'm going to keep it honest with you. I didn't take anything from it. The only thing I took from it is that we got injured again. And the reason why I say I didn't take anything from it is because that was a game that we should have won. Any which way it goes. Right? It was a game we should have won. Based on our record. Right? It was a game that we should have won. I'm hearing, right? I've been looking, of course, seeing if who we're going to get, because there's been, some trades in the NFL. Tomorrow is the deadline at, I believe, at 3 o'clock or 4. I'm hearing that we're in talks of trading Jennings. I don't, and this is what's so crazy, right? What the Eagles got for Phillips in Miami was a 3rd round pick. I feel like we should have been making some trades last week. What the fuck is going on and taking so long? We're really waiting to the last minute. I've been hearing the defensive end from the Cincinnati Bengals. It go like this. I think, not ever, yeah. A part of me is like, I don't want the 49ers to make any trades, because what would it be for? We still haven't seen our starting quarterback. Our starting wide receiver is hurt. Who knows when he's coming back? Both are starting wide receivers. So, of course, in the 49ers' mind, right, they're like, we can trade one of their wide receivers. So they're going to trade. And this is, I'm not sure, I'm just speaking right now, but they would trade their best asset on offense outside of Kittle and McCaffrey for who? Now, let's see. I could prematurely be talking, and right now, the 49ers could be making a trade. I keep hearing defensive ends. We shout out. We did get a defensive end from the Patriots, right? I'm kind of interested into seeing what else can we do, or if we can do anything based off of the players. If there are any more players we can get, it we actually need another offensive lineman. If you want to really be all honest with you, we really need another offensive lineman. So I'm interested in to see how we're about to sit up here and navigate within the ending of the season. I'm curious because right now we're not only fighting the team or going against the team, we're going against an injury bug that we can't even fucking see. We can't even see. I don't care if Christian McCaffrey rushed for 100 yards. About time B. Rob got a touchdown and we gave him touches. Like, man, look, the 49ers is only lacking pressure. I do feel like we're lacking a cornerback, right? But we're just lacking pressure. I don't care what we did against the Giants. I want to see us play playoff teams. Okay? Like I said, I've been saying this the last couple of weeks. As good as Matt Jones has been looking, and we have to play Purdy 3 to 4 games. Now, the good thing is we at least got Matt for 2 years. So we got him again next year. So I'm interested in seeing if the 49ers going to sit up here and how they're about to, because if you want to be all honest with you, the 49ers is really in a good position. Okay? Look, face it, y'all. We're not going to the Super Bowl. The 49ers will not have the Super Bowl out here. As far as they won't be out here, it will be another team. Fine. But it does set the 49ers up because maybe the Raiders, if you wanted to trade a quarterback, right, to a team that don't have a quarterback for a pick. So the 49ers is actually in a really good situation going into the future. Look at all the young picks that they picked up. The linebackers, Winters is great. We're still waiting to see if they're going to play Nick Martin. You know what I'm saying? As far as getting him some more defensive snaps. Cornerback, they like Green. I do believe the 49ers in the offseason should go after a safety. You know what I'm saying? We're even in a position to where we can trade Bosa. I'm not saying we will, but when he gets healthy, talking about next year possibly, if that's what they wanted to do, or if they wanted to trade the middle linebacker, which I don't think they're going to do. I don't think the 49ers are going to trade Bosa um, or Fred Warner. I don't think that's going to happen. But I'm saying the 49ers have pieces that they can get rid of because we have a young ass team. And it's time to really think about that. Technically, we're in rebuild stage. So I know the goal is to try to make it to get to the playoffs, right? And anything can happen. Our field goal kicker is unbelievable. Sign that man long fucking term. Give him a 2-year deal. Okay? Because I don't think if we had Moody back there that Moody would. No. He clutch. Let's get him signed up. We don't need no other kicker. Let's get him signed up. You keep putting in that work. We gonna keep fucking with you. Shout out to Eddie. You know what I'm saying? But the 49ers is in a good position. I really don't want the defensive end from the Bengals, and the only reason why is because his price tag is so fucking high, and I don't feel like it's worth getting him. Now, maybe if we had Bosa and Fred Warner, or if we just have Fred Warner. But I think we need to get somebody. I think we need to get another position. That's just me, right? I just think we need to get another position somewhere else. We always get edge rushers. We get edge rushers, defensive linemen. Let's see. But I'm out. BTV, y'all have a good week. Peace.